Snowflakes, written by Sandy Garfunkel. Interior train station, platform night. Snow falls through grates on the platform, indelibly tying this dingy underground station to the cold world outside. Two girls, early 20s, scantily clad in stilettos, play at the track, giggling, daring each other to nearer the edge. A bundled elderly couple waddle towards the girls. Mel, 17, big for his age, in tee and jeans, coldly stares with huge headsets playing so loudly music is heard by all. The track illuminates, the pop, pop, pop sound of an approaching train increases. When the train doors open, everyone but Mel gets on. Only one person gets off. Fode, an African man, early 30s, in a perfectly tailored suit and tie with a practical parka. He grips a briefcase. Fode pauses at the stairs, watching snow blowing in through the exit door. He wipes his overly sweaty face with a hanky. As the train departs, its pop, pop, pop grows deafening. Fode's pupils dilate in extreme fear. Exterior, African Village Day flashback. The train's pop, pop, pop morphs into a pop, pop, pop with AK-47s, chaos. Bullets overtake the sky. Smoke envelops a burning village. The living run and scream. Old people already dead appear to watch from verandas, blood trickling. Interior train station, platform night present. Fode shuts his eyes, breathes rhythmically, meditating. The train sound fades, morphing into birds and wind. Exterior, African village. Fode's veranda, day, flashback. The sound of birds and wind continues. 12, a jolly boy with a broken arm eats cassava on the veranda, cheering as he watches. Young Fode, 12, wrestles in the yard with Juma, 12, twice Fode's size. Fode pins Juma, puts him in the headlock. Father, 28, warmly smiling, returns from work in the fields. The headlock ends. A joyous race to get to father begins. Over this image, Fode's breathing grows calmer and calmer. Interior train station, platform night, present. Fode takes one last deep breath, slowly opens his eyes. It's as though he sensed it, but refused to believe. Mel has a gun at his throat. They are alone in the station.
Come on, man, give it up.
Fode sizes the boy up. Silently, he pulls a wallet from his pocket. He holds it out for Mel. The boy snatches it.
You got any gold? Come on, I like jewelry and shit.
Fode shakes his head. With a disgusted tisk, Mel puts the wallet in his pocket and glares at Fode, not moving the gun.
Now don't try to follow me, man. The world is full of dead heroes.
Exterior, African village, a man's veranda, day, flashback. Young Fode stares into the camera, his eyes wide, hard yet frightened. He glares at an old man, 80s, simply dressed in a chair. Fode, in a soldier uniform, aims a gun at the man's head. The man looks at Fode with a sad, knowing smile. Pop, 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 the sound of an AK-47. Interior, train station, platform, stairway, night, present. Mel, unnerved by Fode's lack of reaction, stashes his gun and heads upstairs. But Mel knows that was way too easy. Fode watches Mel ascend and removes his parka.
Son.
Mel continues up the stairs. Fode goes after him.
Son.
Mel stops, shows his gun again. Fode extends the parka in both hands like a gift, or maybe a white flag.
If you will be robbing people for the remainder of the evening, you will need this to keep you warm.
But man, I don't want that.
Sometimes it's not want, but need, and I need you to have it.
Cautiously, Mel grabs the coat and continues up the stairs when...
Son, might I borrow $5
You're a fucking kid.
for my supper?
Mel starts toward Fode again, waving the gun.
Get the fuck out of my face. Let the devil wish it would.
I simply wish to eat.
Mel puts a finger on the trigger. Fode grabs the boy's wrist hard, twisting it. Mel drops the gun, and clacks as it lands. Exterior, African Village Day, flashback. Clanking sound morphs to clanking and Fode dropping belongings in a large pile of personal effects. Survivors of this charred ruin, 20 boys aged 10 to 16, put in two groups. Fode is sent to one with Jamal. Musa, armed in a sling, is in the other. Musa has wet his pants. Interior, train station, stairway, night, present. Fode retrieves the weapon, tucks it in his belt.
That's mine. Give it here.
First, you will join me for dinner.
What the? I'm not showing you. One crazy son of a bitch.
No, just a...
For real, if I go with you, you get my gun back.
Fode nods. Mel tisks. Train station, night, present. Mel heads out in the snowy night, holding, not wearing, the coat. Fode remains inside at the threshold to the outside.
Come on, man, I ain't got all night.
Fode tries to keep composed, but a tear rolls down his cheek.
Now you scared. You got my gun in your pocket, now I scared.
Fode takes a very deep breath and joins Mel. From behind a pillar, Stilts, 18, a short, squat boy, covered in teardrop tattoos, watches him silently walk away. Interior diner, moments later. The homey neighborhood oasis is cast in a golden glow. Therese, 50, a waitress with a contagious laugh and smile, whose uniform hasn't altered since the 70s, clears the table. As Fode enters, her eyes light up. She smiles at me.
I thought you weren't coming, sir. I was afraid something happened.
All is as it should be, Therese.
Outside the diner window, Stilts lurks, looks in, and steps away. Fode smiles familiarly at patrons and exchanges pleasantries as he moves toward his usual table.
You own this joint or something?
Fode shakes his head no.
And how you know all these people, even the homeless dudes? Did no one ever tell you you ain't supposed to talk to no homeless dudes? What they teach you in that Baptist place you come from?
Fode settles at the table set for one, in a private alcove with a window. Can't see the other patrons, can't be seen.
Father taught me that each person has a name.
Yo, I ain't telling you my name.
As you wish.
Therese leaves milk and coffee for Fode. Mel sits reluctantly. Fode thoughtfully stirs milk into his coffee.
When I was a boy, my father worked in the coffee fields.
Fode takes a sip of his coffee.
I love the smell of coffee. I wanted to follow in his footsteps.
I don't think you're big on coffee in your fancy suit.
Some dreams are just child dreams.
Fode puts a bit more milk into his coffee.
No, there are other ways to follow. He also taught me to find good, even when it feels there is none.
That's bullshit.
Fode takes another sip and looks at Mel.
What is it you want from life, son?
I think I got nothing for me.
Another sip. Fode can wait for the real answer.
Okay, money. I want lots of money.
What would you do with this money?
Mel tisks. Fode waits.
I buy some kick-ass sneakers, a house with my sisters when get shot in. My mama won't be working 2 jobs, that's for damn sure.
Fode nods, understanding.
You don't get it. Look like you got a fancy clothes, probably a big house. Ain't nobody shooting at you.
Glass from another table crashes to the ground and breaks. Exterior, African village night, flashback. An empty bottle of Jack Daniels breaks as it lands in a fire. 4 drunk, laughing soldiers sit at the fire, guns ready. Musa, the boy with a broken arm, is in a pile with his group from before. All of these boys are dead, swarming with flies. Fode sits with Jamal. Both have ripped shirts and fresh brands burnt in their chests. Fode sweats, tears roll down his cheeks. Jamal is alive, his eyes are dead. 2 drunk teen soldiers offer a bottle of Jack to Jamal, who doesn't respond. Interior diner, night, present. Clink of a water glass on the table brings Fode back.
You okay, man?
Though visibly shaken, Fode nods. Therese adds a setting for Mel and places a menu, leaving to clean up the broken glass. From seemingly nowhere, Stilts sits next to Mel, puts an arm around him. Exterior African village night, flashback. As the soldier with Jack bottle from the prior flashback smiles, puts an arm around Jamal, and slits the boy's throat. Interior diner, night, present. Lightning fast, Fode rises, pulling the gun from his belt, aiming it point blank at Stilt's head, finger on the trigger. Because they are in the private alcove, no one else can see.
Hey, just put that away for somebody to see. Yo, he's my brother. Cool.
Stilt stands, stares Fode down, pretends to be brave. He looks as if Fode may shoot. Fode sweats, his pupils dilate. Exterior, African village, man's veranda, day, flashback. Old man on the veranda with a sad, knowing smile, has a bullet wound in his head, from which blood slowly drips. Interior, diner, night, present.
I don't think he's playing. Ain't no need for no one to die.
Fode stares into Stilt's cold eyes. Anything can happen.
Once you do it, you know we take it back.
Fode breathes deeply, lowers the gun, flops in his seat.
Ha! He ain't got it in. Yo, you got the wallet? Get it here.
You look like I got a problem.
Dre gonna be pissed.
I'll deal with it, bro. Just get the fuck out of here.
Stilt stares at Mel. Mel stares him down. Finally, Stilts blinks. As he leaves, Stilts glares once more at Fode. Fode is drenched in sweat. His head is in his hands. It's a crush.
It ain't loaded. I mean, it usually got some ammo. I just ran out of it.
It doesn't matter.
Whatever you say, man. How do you know how to handle a gun like that?
Bode does not look up. He cannot.
What? You ain't got no story about how to load a gun?
Bode looks up, eyes not leaving Mel as he loosens his tie, unbuttons his sopping collared shirt.
No little of me, or I of you.
Bode reveals the brand from his youth, now a distant scar. Mel cannot help but stare at it.
An old man I once came upon in the village said it was better I not know his name, to make things simpler. Yet, when I look back, I desperately long to know it, and am filled with regret. One must live with choices that cannot be changed. He must forgive himself, but always try to be better. Tonight, I was not better.
Silence. Then, Mel puts the wallet on the table.
Look, man, your pops left you with good words, names, and shit. But you ain't no Superman. All my pops left me when we went to the joint was that gun. And it's the only way I feel like Superman. But really, ain't neither a superhero. We just bad shit left over.
Left over, like ash.
Bode looks out the window. It's snowing harder than it's been.
Sunday was the first time I ever saw snow. I thought it was ash. I refused to go out.
Bode wipes his brow and takes a sip of water.
But today, I had to work. And on my ride home, it began to snow. I did not want to walk into the snow alone. I thank you for joining me, son.
What the? I just robbed you. I thought you was crying because you was scared, man.
I was. But then the first flake touched my skin. So cold yet gentle. And my tears of fear became tears of relief.
It's just snow. Damn.
Just. We believe our lives revolve around big moments, but often truly important moments catch us unaware, cloaked in what seems small. Things are always not as they appear. I would like to believe you and I are not ash, but rather snowflakes.
Bode takes his wallet, leaves money. Mel puts on the party.
I gotta fly, man. Can I get my gun?
Yes. If you return tomorrow,
What you said? I ain't coming.
it's your choice.
Bode stares Mel down. No gun will change hands today. Mel takes the money, zips the parka, starts to go until
Should we not meet again, might I know your name? I am called Bode.
Bode waits. No reply. Bode looks out at the snow again. Mel sizes him up, looks at the snow, and back at Bode.
My friends call me Tiny. My own call me Mel. You can call me Mel.
Mel goes out into the heavily falling snow in his parka. Bode watches the boy run, morphing to exterior African village. Bode's veranda day. Flashback. Bode, 12, in child's clothing, joyfully runs, following Juman Musa to greet father returning from the fields. Bode looks back toward his veranda. Only. Exterior African village, a man's veranda. Day. Flashback. The living old man sits and smiles. Bode finally smiles back. The world is silent, but for birds and gentle winds. They